Dropping into the breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose, allowing the mind to follow the breath. And then bring your hands to Anjali Mudra. And as you inhale, sweep your arms forward and up. And exhaling back to the heart center. 2 more times here. Inhale. And exhale. And once more. And floating the arms to the sides, lengthening the spine. And as you inhale, floating the right arm up. And exhale down. And the left arm up. And exhale down. We're just going to keep going side to side. And the next time the right arm comes up, we will go ahead and hinge over, lengthening the side bodies, and exhale back. And the left arm up and over, and exhale back. And just keep going side to side. And the next time the right arm comes up and over, we're going to stay here and breathe. And inhale, lengthen, coming back. And the left arm up and over, and stay here and breathe. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale down. And then sitting up nice and tall. As you inhale, engage the root lock, the pit of the belly, rounding forward into the cat. And then press the sits bones, lengthen the spine, and open the heart center, coming into the cow. And again, inhale, engage the root lock, the pit of the belly, rounding forward into the cat. Press the sits bones, lengthen the spine, open the heart center, coming into the cow. So keep going like that, curling forward into the cat, arching into the cow. And the next time you come up towards a neutral spine, stay here and just move in some holographic wave. And then making your way back up to a seated position, bring the soles of your feet together in Badakanasana like this. Lengthen the spine and just hinge forward and lift up. So this might be a little tiny range of motion for a lot of people. You want to keep the back flat and lead with the heart center. So from right here, not with the chin, and not with the top of the head, but with the heart center hinging forward and lifting up. And the next time you hinge forward, lengthen, and then release forward. So lengthen, lengthen, lengthen as you release. Bring your hands under your shoulders, and then you can curl forward from the thoracic spine to the top of the head. Breathing here. And then inhale, come back to that flat back, and exhale, come all the way up. And another round of holographic wave here. So you're just getting into the connective tissue in three-dimensional asymmetric waves. Everybody's wave will be a little different. And you're just trying to open up the fascia or the connective tissue, and then come back up to sitting. And again, hinge forward and lift up. Just notice if things have changed a little bit. Hinging forward and lifting up. And the next time you hinge forward, lengthen, and then release from the tip of the tailbone to the top of the head, lengthening as you go, bringing your hands under your shoulders to help support the weight. Breathe in here. And then inhale, lengthen, exhale, come all the way back up to sitting. And one more holographic wave. And then come back up to sitting nice and tall, and make your way onto your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the mat. So when you come down, I'll just adjust this a little bit. When you come down, just notice your spine on the mat. And your spine has some normal curves in it. So you might have a little curve in the lumbar spine around the waist region. That may lift off the mat a little bit. And also a little bit under the neck here. Now you do want to have the back of the neck long, but the neck will not lay flat on the mat. And there'll be a little space here between the neck and the floor. Take a few breaths and relax. Relax deeply into the earth. Slow, deep breaths. And then bring this right knee into the chest. Bring your right hand on top of the kneecap. We're going to start with great big hip circles. So just going round and round, taking your time. Working into the joint space here. And then reverse that circle, going back the other way. And then hug the knee into the chest. Place your fingers under the thigh and straighten and bend that right leg. And then straighten the leg and release the thigh so it comes a little bit lower so you can straighten all the way, reaching through the heel of the foot. And then hug the right knee back into the chest, lower the left leg, and just breathe here in this jackknife position. And release your right foot down to the mat and bend the left knee and left hand on top of the knee, and we'll start those big circles. And reversing those circles, going back the other way. And then bringing that to a close, hugging the left knee into the chest. And then lacing the fingers under the thigh and straighten and bend the knee so we're stretching into the hamstrings on the back of the thigh here mostly. And then go ahead and reach so you can release that thigh and lower the leg just a little bit so you can straighten and really reach through the heel of the foot here. And then bend the knee back into the chest, lace your fingers over the left shin, flex both feet, straighten the right leg down to the mat, stay here and breathe. Lowering the left foot down to the mat, bending the right knee, putting the right foot on the mat. And let's do that opposing arm and leg flow. So bring the right knee into the chest, flex the foot, straighten it towards the ceiling, and bring your left arm up and over. And then bend the right knee, bring the right foot, left hand down to the mat, and then left leg, right arm, come up. And then bend the knee and lower down. So just keep going like this. And don't worry if you can't get your leg all the way straight or your knee doesn't come up as high. You just want to find the place where you can work in your own body with relaxed effort. And the next time, the right leg, left arm, come up, stay here. And then bring that left hand up so the tips of the fingers are towards the ceiling. Point the fingers down and point the toes towards the ceiling. And then flex and point both the ankle and the wrist. And flex and reach and make big circles with the ankle and the wrist here. And then reverse, going back the other way. And then flex and reach. Bend the right knee, lower the right foot, left arm down to the mat. And then left leg, right arm, reaching here. And then lifting the arm up so the tips of the fingers are towards the ceiling, and then pointing the toes, pointing the fingertips, and then flexing and reaching. And keep going, pointing and flexing both the toes and the fingers. And the next time you flex, stay here and reach, reach, reach. And big circles with the wrist and the ankle. And reversing, going back the other way. And then flexing the foot and wrist. Bending the knee into the chest, lowering the foot and the arm down. Releasing into the mat, and just gently rock the knees back and forth from side to side. And then bring the right knee back into the chest and lace your fingers over the right shin. Bring the left knee in, flex both feet, and press the left foot straight up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, release the left leg down to the mat, straight and strong. And when it lands here, stay here and breathe. Now keep your right hand on your right shin, bring your left hand to the floor on the left side, and open the right knee out to the right. And then bring the right knee across the body, switch hands, so bring your left hand to the outside of the right knee, roll onto the left hip, twisting at the waist here, and then roll back onto your back, hug the right knee into the chest, and then bend the left knee in, and we'll switch sides. So bring your hands over to the left, flex both feet, straighten the right leg, slowly lower that right leg down to the mat, straight and strong. And then open that right knee out to the right. And then bring it across the body, switch hands so the right hand comes to the outside of the left. You roll onto the right hip, twisting at the waist here. Making your way back onto your back, hugging that left knee into the chest. And bend the right knee back into the chest. Switch your hands to the right side, straighten the left. Slowly lower that left leg down to the mat, straight and strong. And then opening the right leg out for this lateral stretch. Bringing the right leg across the body. So switch hands. Roll onto the left hip, the right knee comes across the body in a twist. Come back onto your back and hug the right knee. Bend the left knee in, switch your hands to the left, straighten the right and reach and lower that right leg down to the mat, straight and strong. You want to lower from the navel center, engaging the belly. Open that left leg out to the left side, and then bring it across the body. Bring your right hand to the outside of the left knee. Roll onto the right hip as you twist at the waist. And making your way back onto your back, hugging the left knee into the chest. Bend the right knee into the chest, lace your fingers over the right shin, straighten the left leg, and release that left leg all the way down. Open the right knee to the right. Bringing the right knee across the body, rolling onto the left. Making your way back onto your back, hugging the right knee into the chest. Bend the left knee in, switch your hands over, straighten the right, lowering the right, opening the left knee to the left, bringing that left knee across the body, twisting at the waist, and coming back onto your back, hugging the left knee. And go ahead and bend the right knee in. And let's just make big hip circles, both knees going the same way, the low back rock and rolling on the mat. And when you're ready, you can reverse, going back the other way. And then bring your arms out to the side and we'll do a twisting flow. So bring your right knee down to the right side of the mat and stack the left knee on top. Lengthen the spine, breathe into the belly, release the left shoulder down towards the earth. And then we'll go to the other side, so lifting the left. The right follows, you roll onto the left side, stacking the right knee on top. And again, staying in the twist, breathing here. And now we're just going to begin to go from side to side in this twisting motion. And so you kind of want to have the sense of like if you ever did cartwheels as a kid and how the legs just follow one and then the other. It's sort of that type of motion. Just go on one side and then the other. Twisting at the waist. And the next time both knees are on the right side, we're just going to stay here. Releasing into the twist, so lengthening the spine. You can roll your palms up towards the ceiling. You can close your eyes if you like and just drop into your breath. You can think, I breathe in, I breathe out. And then flex both feet and straighten the left leg. You have to lift it a little bit off of the right, reach through the heel, and so you get this nice stretch in the back of the left glute. And also in the iliotibial band, the connective tissue on the back of that left thigh. And then bend that left leg and come over to the right. And we'll stay in the twist over here. So release, drop into the breath. I breathe in, I breathe out. And when you're ready, straighten that right leg over the left, reaching through the heel. Breathe in here. Bending the right knee in, and just come on to your back, flex the feet, and press the feet up to the ceiling in Supta Dandasana, bringing your arms down to the side. And you can just sort of move and wiggle your feet all around like this, getting into the connective tissue. So there's a big sheet of fascia on the soles of the feet. And they're also great big old fat pads, well, not great big, but they're fat pads also that tend to deteriorate as you age. And then just bend the knees and release one foot and then the other. And then this is a good time to scoot back up to the top of the mat because that twisting flow makes you scoot down. And just take a few breaths here, again releasing into the mat. And then heel toe your feet out. So the internal arch of the foot is on the outside edge of your yoga mat. We're going to do something called Windshield Wipers. So lower the right knee to the left, and then lower the left knee to the left. So both knees are to the same side, but the right leg has an internal rotation and the left leg has an external rotation. And then lift the right, lift the left, and then lower the left knee to the right, and then lower the right knee to the right. And just keep going like this and go really slowly. And you can stop and pause for a moment when you get both knees to one side. And I like this pose because there's a twist in it as well as that internal, external rotation of the legs. It's just a nice, kind of a nice little flow. It's good for the hips and the low back. So the next time both knees come to the right side, we're just going to stay here and breathe. Letting them relax, feeling the twist. And then going back to the other side, so lifting the left and the right, lowering the right and then the left, and just stay here and breathe. And bringing the knees back up to the ceiling, heel toe the feet in, bring the arms down to the side, and we're going to do some bridge poses. So we're going to flow up and down into the bridge pose. And so the most important thing is a smooth movement, not how high you can go. So bring your hands down to your side and roll the palms down towards the mat. Lengthen the spine. And then engage the root lock, the pit of the belly, press into the feet and lift. And the chin will tuck here. And then release back down. And again, inhale and lift, keep going. And exhale back down. Go a few more times. Always paying attention to how you're engaging the muscles so that you come from a place of mindfulness and strength. One more time. And then come back down onto your back And release, 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 dropping into the breath. So this time we're gonna lift and hold. So same thing, we're just gonna hold the pose for a few breaths. So engage the root like the belly, press into the feet, lift and hold. You can press your shoulders into the mat, the back of the neck is long, you're breathing here, you're looking up at the ceiling, not over at your screen. Exhale, release back down. And when you land on your mat, stay here and breathe. Slow, deep breaths. Make sure you relax totally and completely. And again, engage the root lock, the pit of the belly. Press into the feet and lift. Stay here and breathe. And as you're ready, exhale, release back down, paying attention to where you're holding tension and releasing totally into the earth, breathing into the belly. And again, engage the root lock, the pit of the belly, press into the feet, lift up and hold. Exhale, release back down and release into the mat, dropping into the breath. And then bring your knees into the chest, palms of the hands on top of the kneecaps. And as you exhale, hug the knees into the chest. And as you inhale, let them come forward. Exhale, hug in. Inhale, forward. Do that a few more times. And then release, lowering one foot and then the other. And bring the right knee into the chest. Flex the foot, press the right foot up to the ceiling, and then bend the knee again and bring that right ankle over the left thigh. Take your right hand on top of the right leg and gently, so you don't want to press on the knee joint, but on the thigh, you can just kind of show that thigh how you want it to take this external rotation. You can also press the ankle into the left thigh, and that will help engage those muscles. And then lift your left foot off the mat and take your hands and lace them around that left thigh and hug the knee into the chest. Releasing the shoulders down towards the mat, breathing here. Flex both feet, straighten the left leg up to the ceiling. And then bend the left knee, release the left foot down to the mat, uncross the right, and just gently rock the knees from side to side. And then bring the left knee into the chest, flex the foot, press it up to the ceiling so you get a nice stretch here. And then bend the knee into the ceiling, bring the left ankle over the right thigh, and again, gently press that left knee down towards the foot of the mat, getting that external rotation. And then lift the right foot off of the mat, lace your fingers underneath the right thigh, release your shoulders and the back of the head onto the mat, and breathe here. Flex both feet, straighten that right leg up to the ceiling and stay here and breathe. Bend the right foot, release the right thigh, right foot comes down to the mat, uncross the legs and just gently rock from side to side. And then bring that rocking to a close, bring the knees into the chest, flex the feet, press them up to the ceiling, and then let the feet drop out. We'll come into a happy baby. So bend your knees, bring them under your shoulders, and you can stay right here for your happy baby. Or if you'd like to slide your hands up to the soles of the feet, you can do that. And releasing into the earth and breathing here. And then coming back to that Supine. Bend the knees, lower one foot and then the other, and make your way into Savasana or corpse pose. So you might want a bolster or blanket underneath the thighs like this. That makes it a lot more comfortable on the low back. Roll the palms up towards the ceiling, rock